I grew up in West Virginia. I have 6 brothers and 1 sister, third in the line, first daughter. Had a pretty uneventful childhood, except for one instance. We had a house fire next door, and it happened in the middle of the night, and 4 people died during the house fire, and one of them was the girl that was my age, who I played with on a daily basis. It happened, like I said, in the middle of the night, and I actually learned of her death through the neighborhood kids, not through my parents. So when the funeral came, as children, we were not allowed to attend. And I think if I had attended the funeral, I probably would have gotten through it better. From that point on, I sort of started isolating, because I thought that if I let people in and let people close to me, I would lose them. So I would start isolating. I did start isolating pretty much at that point, because I didn't want anybody to know me that well that I could hurt them. Probably in junior high, when I didn't hang out with like a group of girls. I was always kind of on the outside, listening in. And that's the way it continued pretty much through all of my schooling. The isolation kept me to my books, kept me away from people, so I was able to do what was expected of me, even though people didn't know that I had a disease. My attitude about mental health is that people can get better. And one of the ways they can get better is to learn about their illness and what they can do on their own to help themselves get through this better. And I am currently a certified peer specialist in the state of Florida, so that helps me run groups and be of help to other people that were in my place 20 years ago. What's helped me the most is education, trying to find out exactly what's going on and why it goes on, and if there's anything out there that can correct it, or whether they're working on something that can correct it. But I read Brain in the News when I get it bi-monthly, and it tells me of all of the experiments they're doing on the brain, and what maybe not me, but my children's generation will be able to benefit from. I'm open about my mental health condition because I would like to have the support people that I have helping me, my doctors that help me, my nurses that help me, my therapist that helps me, because the help's out there, but you got to seek the help, and you have to realize that you need the help. And I think that's one of the first steps, is realizing that, you know, maybe this isn't something that you can deal with by yourself. I think the world ought to look at mental illness just like diabetes or kidney disease, or, you know, a boil on your foot. I mean, it is something that will not go away. It is part of you. So if there's any physical thing that you're working with, it's also a disease, which mental health is also a disease too. And we cannot help it as people with mental illness not to be mentally ill. It was not our choice.